Usual hugs to all my people out there. Welcome back to Peace and Mac. I'm your DEO host T5, and today we have another episode of Super X Super, which is where I review all the superhero shows. Well, not all the superheroes, but like most of the superhero shows, like Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Am I missing one? DC Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah, that's all of them. So yeah, if you haven't seen those shows, you should stop the video right now, go watch those shows, and then come back and watch my shit. It's dope. So without further ado, here we go. Kick it off, we'll start with Supergirl Season 2, Episode 1. And I say this first episode was a solid episode. It was a good first episode. I think it was better than the Flash episode we got last week, for sure. Not to say that was like super bad. It has some good in it, but I enjoyed this one a lot more. And I don't know if this is the first time we see Superman in this universe. I think it is for the whole version of Superman, not just like his boots. Don't know if that's true or not, because I didn't watch all of the last season. I did see some reviews on it and like some quick catch-up reviews, but yeah, it's a solid episode. Not a lot's happened during this episode. You see Superman, see Martian Manhunter, but he was already shown during the last season a lot, to my knowledge. You see Kara going through a transitional period mentally, and shit, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, her show had to jump from CW to not CW, from CBS to CW, so she had a that show had a transition, and it was nice seeing her transition with this show. So essentially, I'm intrigued to see the reporter version of her. She's probably just gonna be more or less like Clark Kent, probably, but I don't know. I think that's all I'm gonna say for this one. There's not a lot I wanted to say about it other than it was a good episode, because I don't have a lot of backstory for it. Not backstory, a lot of information on the second season, and not a lot's happened in this episode except for a few events. Well, at first I thought Lana Lane was going to be... Yeah, okay, I got something. I thought Lana Lane was going to be kind of evil, but then towards the rest episode, she wasn't. And I thought it was going to be her at the end, but it was like, nope, not her. And then they said they were announcing that one villain. Oh, Metallica. I'm going to look it up. I will say, I don't know what it is, but it does kind of feel more like a CW show now. I don't exactly know why that is or what that is, what the reason for that is, but it does kind of feel more like a CW show now for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe because of the opener, the new opener for it, where the hero explains who they are and whatnot, like they do in all the other superhero properties. So I don't know. Now we're gonna do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 3. And before I really get into the show, I want to say I want them to figure out a way to bring Dottie from Agent Carter and Jarvis to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. now. Like some way, somehow, like some guy teleports them or something like that, and then all of a sudden they're in this universe with the current Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. crew. At the very least, Dottie. Maybe not Jarvis, but at the very least, Dottie, because I really loved her character, and I wanted to see more of her character. I wanted to see her character grow, because she started out bad, and it seemed like she was slowly trying to become good. Like, I really want to see her character, but they're probably going to be done with that. And I'm curious to see what they do with the second half of the season, because Agent Carter was a nice little gap for the show. So I wonder if they're just going to take that gap off and just not have nothing there, or put more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. shows, which I really hope they don't do. I really hope they don't do. They don't need more shows. They need slightly less shows so we can get better story. I'm glad that we haven't seen Robbie Reyes and Quake develop a relationship so far, and they better keep it like that. Hopefully they keep it like that. Also, I was like, why did Quake just let that kid like scare her off? She could have been like, "But your brother knows about me." That's all she had to say. Like, and I feel like her brother would have believed him. But you know what? Whatever. I'm also ready to see how they deal with her arms and her using her powers. I hope they figure out a way. I'm sure they will, but I'm curious to see how they figure out she's going to use her powers without her breaking her arms. Also, I want to say that the current director of S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually doing a really good job. We haven't seen him be like evil, except for that maybe hint of evil when he first talked to what is his name? Coulson. But yeah, he's doing a really good job so far. I like him. I like him a lot. I kind of hope he stays, and I hope he's not evil, honestly. At least stay for a little bit. Just enough. Just give him like enough time. Maybe like this season he like does some heroic shit and then dies, and then Fitz takes over, because I want to see that. I do want to see that. Now I want to know if a person is infected with that same ghost virus type thing that May had, like if that person happened to be like super zen as F in control of his emotions, would it affect them at all? Like, for instance, I know it's a different universe, but if like a Yellow Lancer whose main power is fear, I wonder if that would have like made them rampage, or if they would have had control over it, or like maybe the Blue Lancer Corps, which is Hope. Yeah, I wonder, because they're Zen SF, so I wonder if they would have been able to just if it would have affected them at all, or like another Zen character in the Marvel universe. But I don't know any Zen characters. Maybe Danny Rand. I think he's pretty good with his emotions. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know enough about him. But yeah, I wonder if that's the thing. I want to see them address that on the show. Like, yeah. But unfortunately, right now, they don't have any Zen characters of that nature in the show at the moment. One more thing before I go. Gosh. I forget his name, but Robbie Reyes' little brother seemed like he didn't see Quake actually use her powers. But as an audience, we can see the vibrations and whatnot when she uses her powers. So I wonder if that means that you can't see her powers, and that visual cue that we see is only for the audience and not the people who are actually in that universe, and they can't see it. So I'm thinking that's the case, because Robbie was looking dead at her, and then she used her powers. Well, I don't think he was looking dead at her, but he was looking in that direction. And he saw her do something because he brought it up, but he didn't see the waves, emotions that the audience members saw. So that's intriguing that they can't see her use her abilities. I just had to point that out real quick, but that's all I'm going to say for this episode. Now it's time for Flash Season 3, Episode 2, and I'm not gonna. I said my piece about the time traveling thing. I said my piece. I'm not going to bring that up, especially since it seems like the showrunners are moving in a good direction. It seems like they're going to stop messing with time, because now Barry's getting in trouble for it. It seems like, because his friends got real mad at him when he finally brought it to their attention, and what's his name? The Jay Garrick Flash, who didn't leave, apparently. And also, I'm going to bring that up in a little bit, but Jay Flash kind of yelled at him too. Not Jay Flash, wow. Jay Garrick. The Jay Garrick Flash yelled at him too. So it seems like he's not going to go back in time anymore, and speedsters in general won't go back in time anymore unless they're like the bad ones, like Eobarthon, who's apparently doing it on DC Legends tomorrow. But that's a different show. We're not going to talk about that. Also, I'm still annoyed that Kid Flash isn't a thing. Like, I seen a preview trailer while watching the the second episode. Seen a preview trailer for the third episode. Which is weird. Why would you put a preview trailer for the third episode like midway through the second episode as a commercial? I don't see why you did. Like, wait for the end for that. Like, why would you do that, CW? But whatever. And I've seen that Jessie Quick actually gets her speed. So, why hasn't Kid Flash got his speed yet? Yeah, it seemed like she got more of it, but they were both hit equally. So, why hasn't Wally got his powers yet? Why? It seems like he's definitely going to get his powers from... It seems like the writers are going to make it alchemy give him his powers. But he already seemed like he already has the speed force within him. Why is it not awakening yet? Why? Also, why is Wally a part of the team right now? Like, even Iris seems like she does a little bit more. Well, Iris doesn't really do anything either. Iris is just a love interest. I mean, yeah, she's a reporter, but she doesn't do anything beside that. She's just like an extra hand that they needed. So I guess that's what Wally is. But why? They really don't have any reason to be at the lab helping Barry. Also, I feel like this is a great time to tell you about our sponsor. Mountain Dew Code Red is sponsoring our video. What? That's crazy. They're not. They're definitely not. I just wanted to say. But that could be Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, sponsor your boy. Sponsor your boy. I am very curious about this alchemy character. And because it kind of seems like he's not a bad character. It seems like he's not a bad character because he says he's preparing everyone for something, some cataclysmic event. Maybe it's that big, like four-way crossover. I think it's a big four-way crossover show between all the CW hero shows. I think that's what I heard. There's definitely a crossover between at least two of the shows. I don't know if it's all the shows though, but I think it is all the shows. And I wonder if that's what he's talking about, alchemy, and that's what he's preparing for. Maybe. Also though, watch alchemy be like excuse me. What's that other guy? Iris is the guy Iris was dating. That version of Thawne. Watch it be him. Watch it be him and him still alive somehow, and he's alchemy because Barry changed so much that. Yeah, I definitely bet it's someone that Barry that died in the previous Flash verse. I bet it's someone who died in the previous Flash verse. That's what we're gonna call it. And his name is Alchemy, so maybe they're introducing magic this season. I mean, they did last season, but maybe Alchemy is gonna be for actually using alchemy, and that's why his name is Alchemy. You know, but I kind of feel like he's not using alchemy. I feel like it's kind of just science. He's just named alchemy. But I want it to be like legit magic and it be alchemy. That would be cool. I say Wally's going to get his powers episode either 6 or 7. Calling it. I'm not going to bring up the time traveling plot holes, but I will bring up Jay Garrick. He was supposed to end the original Flash universe before he went back in time and messed everything up. He was supposed to go back to Earth 3. So in this universe now, he didn't go back to Earth 3. Instead, he stuck around Earth 2. And I wonder if the crew knew that. This new crew knows that. The new version of everybody. I wonder if they all knew that. I don't know. Also, though, alright, I'm going to bring that up in a second. But, yeah, so Earth 2, so he stayed on Earth 2. Okay, to watch Barry. Okay, so was he stalking Barry the whole time? Was he just, like, popping in every now and then? It was like, oh, time to go check on Barry. Make sure he's not messing with the timeline. It's like, how, you were doing that... I'm guessing like a month, a year. It's been like a year or so or something. No. No, because this season picks up right after they killed Zoom. So it's probably only been a few months. But either way, he's been watching, basically stalking Flash this whole time. And then, even if he was doing that he had to be doing that 24/7, or just happened to watch him the one time he seemed like he was about to go back in time, and then got him right then. But I think Flash is faster than the Jay Garrick Flash, so I don't know. Actually, they haven't did like a race or a comparison, side-by-side comparison, so we don't know. So he might be just as fast as Flash. I don't know. It's just unless he had like some like app that's connected to the Speed Force, and was like, oh, Barry Allen's trying to go back into Flash, stop him, or maybe the Speed Force contacted him and was like, hey yo, go stop him. And then he was like, okay. But it's just like, I don't remember exactly what I wanted to come back to, but I do remember another point that I wanted to point out, and they still haven't addressed on the show. How the Star Labs stay running. How? Like, there's no employees there. I mean, unless you want to count Caitlin and Cisco, but that's just two. They're not making weapons or anything. They're not doing anything scientific except for helping the Flash. So it's like, how are they keeping the lights on? Did they make some? You know what? If the building, say, Harry Wells completely paid off the building, and, well, actually, Ia Barthon completely paid off the building and whatnot, left it to him. Why would he do that? I'm just rethinking. He's a bad guy, and he didn't like Barry at all, but he just left him that, and he left him. Okay, anyways, back to this, the topic at hand. He could have paid off the building, and being the smart people, Cisco, Harry Wells, and Caitlin, they could have found some self-sustainable way to give the place energy and water and whatnot, and have its own sewer system and whatnot. I'll buy that. They haven't said that, but I'll go ahead and buy that. If that's the case, I want them to say it. That's all I'm trying to get at. If that's the case, I want them to say it. And if that's not the case, if he just owns the building, how is he powering the whole thing and getting... Actually, even if they are doing that, how are they still getting all those, the technology and the parts and whatnot? How are they getting all that? Is Barry rich and just not using his money? Excuse me. Is Barry rich and just not getting his money? Not using his money, except for when he does Flash type stuff and to keep Cisco and Caitlin on the payroll? Is that what's going on? Like, I'm so confused. Please address that, show. Please address that. And that's all I'm going to say for this episode. Now it's time for Arrow Season 5, Episode 3. And they did what I wanted them to do. I'm so happy they did that. We got to see Oliver yelling at his trainees and being aggressive as F with them. And I'm kind of ashamed of myself because I should have known this when they first brought it up. The whole bell exercise, I should have known the whole purpose and what that was because I watched Naruto, and then it was a similar setup where if you don't know, Naruto is an anime, a popular anime, Japanese cartoon that is in Japan, and they're about ninjas and whatnot, and there's 3 ninjas being trained by their master, and the goal from the master is to get the bell off them, and the goal was to teach them teamwork, just like in this Arrow episode was to teach them teamwork. So yeah, I should have known that. I should have got that right away, but I didn't. I did get it right before they said what it was, but it took me a second to be like, oh yes, it's the same thing. Also, they brought back the flashbacks. I didn't bring that up last episode, but they brought back the flashbacks. Or did I bring it up? I don't remember. I think I forgot to bring it up. But either way, I'm bringing it up now. But they brought back the flashbacks. It's like, I wish you were done with the flashbacks. It's like, How? Okay, this is the 5th season. You are not allowed to bring flashbacks after this season. If there is a 6th season of Arrow, there is no more flashbacks. I am cutting you off, showrunners. There is no more flashbacks. However, I do kind of like these flashbacks. Because I do like them, I do. But still, it's just like, I was hoping they move away from the flashbacks. It's like, I know that's kind of Arrow's like signature thing, but it's like, come on, can we do something else other than flashbacks, like deeper character development or something? And instead of the flashbacks, let's how about this? If it like y'all do a Constantine, like instead of the flashbacks, do like snippets of Constantine or something. I don't know. Just, why flashbacks? Why we've exhausted that method of storytelling. Let's move on, please. Also, I'm kind of liking Thea not being on the team, but she's like just the assistant to Oliver as mayor. I like her role now. I do. I kind of hope she stays there. I don't want her to come back, honestly. Also, though, those his new trainees are like dumb. They're all kind of like dumb. Like, all of them know who Arrow is and what he does. They know this boy has experience. They know this boy took down Damien Dark, apparently. Like, I don't remember. Was that news? Like, I don't. Apparently they know. Apparently the city knows. So, sorry, I had like an itch on my neck. So no matter what, even though his teaching methods were aggressive at first, I would have definitely listened to him. Like, all right, this boy apparently knows what he's doing. Like, and he's kicking all of our asses for this bell exercise. So no matter what, I'm going to listen to him, even though I disagree with his techniques. It's like, yes, his method was like aggressive, but it's like, come on, like, you know who he is. You know he's trying to better the city, and you know he has experience over you, so shut up and just do what he says. It's like, come on. Like, it'd be like one thing if he was like, tell you jump off the bridge, even though you got like some, like, I don't know, like a glider or something like that, or if he was trying to tell you to do some super dangerous stunt that you need to practice and work on. But no, it was just go get the bells. Like, bruh, just shut up and do it. There shouldn't even been no like arguing. Wild Dog, I really do. Like, he's like, bruh, we gotta change his name. Please change the name. I don't like the name Wild Dog. I don't. And it seems like it's gonna stick because when they all made up at the end. Wild Dog was like, hey, we gotta talk about that name, and Oliver was like, not a chance. It's like, come on, really? Wild Dog? Ugh, that's not a good name. And now I got some questions about Ragman that we got to solve. The one who can manipulate old rags, old family rags or something like that. I have questions. Alright, so he said he's a survivor of that one time that got blew up because Damien Dark, and they averted millions dying except for that town. So his dad, Ragman's dad, I'm gonna call him Rags for short. His dad wrapped them in this old cloth and said it will protect you, and then it did. Okay, now question time. Were the rags magical or something like that, and the dad knew that, or did they just happen to be magical and they're like a family heirloom, old ancient thing with magic that none of his current family members knew how to master or use, but now it's just giving him powers because it had to in order to save his life, because like, oh, you're worthy now or something like that. Or was it the radiation from the blast that shit? Oh wow, that one snuck up on me. Excuse me. Was it the radiation from the blast that caused the powers in the rags to wake up and then become a part of him? And that's also the thing. Are the rags a part of him, or can he take it off? Like, and Also, another scenario, what is it? Is it just the radiation, or is it the I know I just said that before, I'm going to reiterate though. Is it the radiation, just the radiation that gave him his powers, or was it the radiation and the ancient rags together that gave him his powers? I don't know. We don't know enough about him yet, but I hope they address that. Because I can't just leave it alone on, my dad wrapped me in some rags and they protect me and now I got powers. Like, we can't just leave it on that. We can't just leave it on that. We have to further explain that, please. And I don't care, Felicity's bae, and I don't care what she says. Oliver was right. He should have kept his mask on and kept his distance from him. Not distance from him, but kept his identity a secret because he doesn't know them. He doesn't know them, and they could be really reckless. Wild Dog's already proven to be reckless and whatnot. It's like, you don't know them. At least let them get trained first. Or how about that? Present this as an award. Present like, all right, if you guys survive my training and I deem you worthy enough to go out on your own and do stuff, you can then know my secret identity. But until then, I'm going to keep my secret identity a secret until you guys have become worthy. That's what I would have did. I mean, and also Felicity too. It's just like, you're smart as well. You are, you still have, wait, time out. Does she still have that company? I think she does. Felicity should have been wearing some type of mask or something too. Actually, yeah, it's just like, come on, protect your identities. It's like, I get that you're establishing a team and whatnot, but it's like, you don't know them though. You don't really know them though. Like, you did like some background on them, but you don't fully know them. You don't know who they're gonna tell. It's like, I don't know. I would have kept my identity a secret if I was Oliver and Felicity. Curtis is one thing, but Oliver and Felicity should have kept their identity a secret. That's just my opinion. Also, though, why wasn't Rags a part of that training at the very end too? Like, he should have been there as well. I was expecting him to be there, like, because Oliver seemed to recruit him. Is like, hey, let's work together then. So why wasn't he there? He's probably gonna pop up next episode there training with them, but it's like, I wish he would have popped up in this episode. Just saying. And I think that's all I'm gonna say for this episode. Alright, so watch the DC Legends of Tomorrow episode. Ooh, dang. Watch the Legend of DC Legends of Tomorrow Season 2 Episode 1 episode. And I decided I'm not going to review it. Why? Because it seems like a lot of the things, there's a lot of plot holes. It's still an enjoyable show if you turn off your brain, because they do have cool moments. Like when Jax and Professor Stein turned into Firestorm. Like, Jax jumped off the balcony and then met what's his name, Stein, at the bottom of it, and then they collided and then turned into a Firestorm. That was dope. Yes, they get a clap for that. That was dope. There's dope moments with this show, but it's like, there's also a lot that annoys me about it, and I don't want to spread negativity on this platform, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I will still be watching those shows. So, but also, instead of doing DC Legends tomorrow, I want to do another CW show, and that's Vixen, which is a CW seed show, which means you can only watch it online or through the app. It's an animated version of the show. It's an animated show for Vixen, and it's supposed to be within the same universe as all the other my nose is just all the other CW superhero shows. Because Vixen did pop up on Arrow last season after she had her first animated season, and now it seems like they're doing it again. I thought it was just a one-stop shot season just to show off Vixen, but apparently they're going to be doing that. And so, let's talk about that episode. Season 2, Vixen, Season 2, Episode 1, which is only like 6 minutes. Kind of a lot happens. Apparently there's 5 totems now. Earth, Wind, Fire. Actually, they said Earth, Wind, Fire, Earth, Wind, Fire, Water. Sorry, I was like, God, ugh. Earth, Wind, Fire, Water, and Spirit, which is the one Vixen has, where it lets her turn into animals. And they got one, and I think that's the Fire one because it was red, I'm assuming. But yeah, they showcased that at the, I don't know, some show-off gallery. It didn't look like it was a class because there was like, there was other dudes in lab coats and whatnot. So it just seems like it was like, I don't know, like some museum type expedition type thing. I don't know. But either way, I know if I would have discovered that totem and I knew what it was, I would have kept it. And if I was in that audience, I'm sorry, I'm still in the totem. I'm sorry, I gotta take it. Like, bruh, superpowers is just right up there, and all I gotta do is go grab it. I'm sorry, I'm taking it. I'm gonna have to become a villain for a little bit. I don't care. I want superpowers, I'll for sure take that. Especially since you know that the super villains are gonna... first off, you know what it is, because you know who Vixen is, and you know her totem, and you know hers is real. So why would you even showcase it at a gallery like that? Like, you said you seem like you truly wanted to study in it and whatnot, but it's like... Bruh. Bruh, that didn't seem like the right crowd to show it all to. Someone's going to steal that, for sure. So if I was in that crowd, I would have been like, yo, someone's going to steal this. It might as well be me because I'm mostly good and I'm going to do good with it. Plus, I'll get to have fun and play with powers. I'm not going to do evil stuff with it. Like, the only evil act I would be doing is stealing that totem. Which you could say is not even theirs anyways. It's from the Zambezi clan. And really kind of already belongs to Vixen. So really, if she wanted to, she could go ahead and take it. And since it truly belongs to her and her people. So honestly, I'm surprised if she didn't do that. Because she is from Zambezi. And yeah, she has all the right in the world to go ahead and take that. I would. That's just me. My family, my people's legacy, whatnot, especially if it has powers, I would take it, and then either if she could use 2 totems at once, I would use 2 totems at once. But if she couldn't use 2 totems at once, I would give it to someone I trust and think would use it for good. And now there's another thing, timeline. Timeline. Wow. Timeline. You see, in this episode, you see Firestone. Can I talk? Gosh darn. You see Firestorm helping out the Flash with Weather Wizard. Which Flash can handle by itself. He doesn't need Firestorm. But Firestorm is there, but he's supposed to be part of DC Legends. The DC Legends crew. So I wonder when exactly this is happening. Because right now he's from the DC Legends of Tomorrow show, he's on the Wave Rider. So when exactly is this happening? I'm so confused. I'm just so confused. Did this happen before Flash did Flashpoint? And it happened right at the end, kind of sort of Vixen. Wait, no, because I don't know. I just want to know where this falls at on the timeline. It could fall at a lot of places, but you just don't know. I just want to know where it falls out on timeline. Don't think they're going to address it because they're only 6-minute episodes, but I wish they did. Also, I want to say that I do like the Vixen animated shorts. Those are good. I really like them. I hope they keep doing them. But Vixen, I think, is going to be on DC Legends tomorrow because we've seen her on the cover art and whatnot. And I've seen her in trailers. But why is she part of at the end of the DC Legends Tomorrow's episode 1, season 2, she pops up with the Justice Society. So why is she there? Is that a different person? Is that a different Mara? Is that her mom? Bro, what if it's her mom? That'd be crazy, yo. But it looks like her. I don't know. We'll see on the next episode of DC Legends tomorrow. And I know this isn't one of the shows, but I want to mention it really quick anyways. Bungo Stray Dogs, the anime has just came back for a second season, and so far it looks dope. I just wanted to say that. And it looks dope, and the series is going. It looks like the series is going to go in a very cool, interesting, dope direction, and I'm excited for it because the first season it was flawed, but it was still interesting. Like it definitely looks like it has potential, and it seems like the second one is utilizing its potential. So I'm ready to see that. I just wanted to drop that. But that's all I'm going to say for this episode of Super X Super. If you like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, hit the like button, please. I will very much appreciate both actions. And that is it. Be kind to everyone you see. Don't know why I just said that. I just felt like I needed to say that. Alright, I'm your host T5. This is Peace and Mac. I'm out. Bye.